Hi guys, and welcome back to the FPL Duo. We're back again for the knee-jerk reaction stream, reacting to Game Week 9 and also talking about Game Week 10 a bit as well. So yeah, I don't know where to begin, Jordan, because what a crazy game week. I'm sure we're gonna get a lot of stick for our captain picks, but we'll discuss all of that. But yeah, where do we begin? What a crazy game week it's been so far. But I'm sure you've got a lot to discuss and a lot to talk about. So we are going to pull up our teams. If you are joining the stream, guys, please do drop a like and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. Elliot in the chat, he says, "Hey guys, shout out to him. Welcome to the channel, Elliot." And yeah, we're going to get into it because terrible game week really for me. I'm going to explain what's happened. But yeah, there was actually a point where I was thinking, do I have to still do this stream? Because after the way that Manchester United game ended, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's talk, and that's what we're here for. And there you go, guys. I'm bringing up my team. So as you guys can see, I am on 44 points. Was it 44? Because on my app, I'm guessing the bonus still hasn't been applied, is it?
So yeah, the bonus still has to be applied, but after the bonus is 44.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, I am on 44 points, which is pretty bad. As you see, you know, I do still have 3 players left to play, but they are 3 Leicester players, so I'm not going to count my chickens on Leicester bailing me out. But let's discuss what's happened. So obviously, Ward is in goal. He plays tomorrow night, so we'll wait and see what Ward does. But I'm not banking on Ward to get me a clean sheet, if I'm honest. I've got the back 4. I've got Reece James, who got me 2 points. They did concede to Palace, so that was a bit annoying. Trent, another terrible game from Liverpool. I don't know where to begin with Liverpool and Trent and Salah. We will come on to that. But yeah, conceded 3 goals, Trent, and arguably to blame for 2 goals as well. So 0 points from Trent, which is very, very disappointing, as I did expect something from him this game, especially bringing him on my wild card. It's not gone well at all. I think the wild card Game Week 9 just hasn't gone my way, really. Cancelo as well, 1 point. Unfortunately, did concede 3 goals, even though I don't know how Man United did score 3 goals. You know, it wasn't... Man United had like 3 shots on target, I think, and 3 goals, it felt like. So we will talk about that game because that was an interesting one. Fabian Schär saving me a bit, you know, getting me the clean sheet. So I'm quite happy that he did get a clean sheet. Newcastle did concede late on, but fortunately for me, Fabian Schär did get subbed off, so he got the clean sheet points for me at the end. As I mentioned, I've still got Barnes and Maddison to play against Nottingham Forest tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to. Hopefully Barnes can kind of bail me out, but it's a long ask. Moving on to Salah. For anyone that did join my deadline stream, after having the captain's armband on Haaland for the last 2 or 3 days, in the deadline stream, I don't know what went over me. I decided to basically change it to Salah. And yeah, this is what happened, guys. Salah only got the assist. And yeah, as you guys we will come on to Haaland. As you can see, 23 points from him. Massive, you know, people could say it's a mistake, error. But did I see Haaland scoring a hat-trick against Man United? I actually did. If I bring up my WhatsApp chats, I don't know if we're allowed to do that. I actually messaged Jordan, said I wouldn't be surprised if Haaland scores a hat-trick against Man United, and I didn't captain him. I can't explain what happened there. Because I did think Haaland would. Maybe a hat-trick was far-fetched, but I did believe he would get a couple at least, and it's just not gone our way, really. So I did go Salah captain, 10 points. Quite disappointed there from Liverpool. I think Liverpool might be in a void for now, guys. It hasn't worked out at all so far, and yeah, very frustrating there. Zaha, 2 points. No goals, no assists, but he did have a tough game against Chelsea. I didn't expect much from Zaha, so I'm not surprised with a blank. Mitrovic, very, very annoying. You know, before I bought him in, he was scoring against Liverpool. He was scoring against Arsenal. I bring him in. He gets me 2 points against Nottingham last week. and then he gets me a blank. He got me 0 points because he went off injured after 36 minutes. So that was very, very unfortunate as well, maybe. So Mitrovic gets me 0 points, and he is injured now, so maybe some transfer planning needs to be done there. And then the man of the moment, the man of the hour, Erling Haaland. And we are going to talk about Haaland and what's just happened. 23 points, 46 points if you captained him, 3 goals, 2 assists, 3 bonus points. Jordan, you infamously said to me on WhatsApp that Haaland will not score a hat-trick. How do you explain this as a United fan watching that game? What's your thoughts on the game?
Right. My thoughts on that game is I'm still probably contemplating that game as from now as to what happened and how that game went, because I have no idea what was going on in that game for Man United. I am utterly embarrassed as well as disappointed in their performance against Man City. For a derby game, for that to end 6-3 is insane, especially with Man City and Manchester United as rivals, biggest rivalry in the Premier League. The way Man United played was unspoken. Literally, I don't know what I was watching. It was like watching a massacre at times for Man United. I thought,
Yeah.
what are they thinking at times when they're playing football? It's like their brains are switched off one game and then they switch it back on the next game. I don't know how they scored 3 goals, if I'm honest. I don't know. I think Man City felt sorry and just let us have 3 goals in that game in the second half.
I mean, Anthony's goal was a nice goal, but then Man United get the who scored the second goal? I don't even remember. That game was a whirlwind. I know there was a penalty.
I think
Martial got the header, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he scored. The
header. Yeah, header and a penalty.
Yeah, so
yeah,
it didn't do much in terms of the score because we still lost embarrassingly to 6-3. But they should not have let Haaland score a hat trick. I'm sorry, but he shouldn't have been allowed to score a hat trick in that game. I know he is very good as a footballer, but there's no way he was deserved of that hat trick.
I've also got a statistic for you.
Yeah.
Haaland now has scored 3 hat tricks back to back at home, and he's the first player to do so since I think. And so he's done it in the quickest amount of time. He's done it in 8 games. Last 3 home games, 3 hat tricks. It's ludicrous.
It's insane. I think we can say now Haaland is the new GOAT of fantasy football. I think Salah has that Salah boat has sailed. I think for him, I think Haaland now. And I said this to us, and we both agreed that Haaland now will be a permanent captain for the rest of this season. Apart from when Man City blank, that's the only time I think we're going to consider anyone else as a captain instead of Haaland. Because if you go against Haaland, look at the results that's happened. Look at our ranks. We are
my rank's been destroyed. I think my rank was 1 point. No, sorry, it wasn't. My rank was 900k. My rank is now sitting at, for anyone that didn't see, 2.4 million is my rank currently. After that, just because I didn't captain Haaland. So we are going to have to discuss this. The game might become a bit boring. Where do we just have to now permanently captain Haaland, even in Gameweek 12? Look, this is what it's got to. Haaland doesn't even play in Gameweek 12 when I'm planning on captaining him in that week. I mean, that's how crazy it is now. I'm going to captain Haaland Gameweek 12. I can't risk it. He might score, even though when he doesn't have a game. This is the scenario, because look at what it's done to my rank. I got 44 points and 2.4 mil rank I'm sitting at, and I think it's it's been a pretty shocking game, especially for me on a wild card. When you wild card, you expect to get ahead of the pack, but it's not seemed that way. Unless, Leicester do something crazy, Barnes, Maddison for me, and Ward keeps a clean sheet. It's not looking good. But we will come on to your team as well. But we just had to speak about Haaland just because, I don't know, it's just something I've never seen before, really. 3 hat tricks back to back to back at home.
I think we can also say that Haaland coming to the Premier League has officially ruined the captain pick because now that he is highly owned, over I think 80% now, his ownership, pretty much everyone has him. Pretty much everyone's going to captain him each week in and out from that now, from that third hat trick. So going against Haaland is going to end up probably like where we're in a situation now where we are catching rank like no tomorrow. Like we have got a lot of work to do to regain all the hard work from 8 game weeks ago that we tried to get above 1 million. Now we're stuck back down below 2 million and 1 million. So it is very damaging what Haaland has done. But at the same time, it's very rewarding for those who captain him this week against Man United.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we did maybe. I mean, we could have went with Haaland, but with FPL, Salah on paper arguably has the better fixture at Anfield, but Haaland also was playing at home, I guess. And it's one of those things. We knew with the risk, I guess, ever going against Haaland, there is a massive risk with how highly owned he is, highly captain is going to be. And yeah, hopefully we can recover that. But that is my team for game week 9, guys. 44 points, 3 left to play. I've got Ward, Barnes, and Madison still to play on Monday night against Nottingham Forest. And on the bench, I had Guaita, Greenwood, Andreas, and Gohi. They just all blanked as well, so nothing really on the bench. But I think this week is the main, captaincy kind of killed your rank. If you went Salah, or if you went Tony, if you went Jesus, even though he scored, I don't know if many people saw that hat trick coming against Man United, but it was always a worry in the back of my mind. Haaland, it's a big game, and he's gonna want to put a marker down, and he definitely did that today. So yeah, fair play to anyone that did captain Haaland. Let me know who you guys did captain, because I know Haaland was very, very popular. So if you did captain Haaland, do let us know. If you went Salah, like us, do let me know as well. But if you are just joining the stream, guys, please do drop a like on the video and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. And please, smash the like button, guys. Enough of my team. Let's bring up your team, Jordan, and just talk us through how your game week has also gone. So, yep, that's your team on the screen.
Okay. So let's start off with the goalkeeper. So Brentford were against Bournemouth, and that game was probably the most disastrous, boring, watching paint dry game I've ever seen on TV. Because there was literally nothing in that game at all from both sides. It was shocking how bad both teams were, especially for 2 attacking teams that are aggressive. It was utterly so underwhelming. But in that obviously that game, it was 0-0 finish. So Raya did get the clean sheet and the 90-minute bonus, not bonus, but 90 minutes played. So he got 6 points there, which was a bit of a relief because it does make up for some of the terrible game week we've had. We move on to the back 3. We start off with Trippier, who got 7 points. This was a bit fortunate because Newcastle did concede, but this was after Trippier was subbed off, so he did get the clean sheet before obviously Newcastle conceded. So he did get the 7 points there. I think he got a bonus 1 as well, which was a nice added touch onto that. So yeah, 7 points from Trippier was a good result. We got Cancelo who got 1 point. I think this adds insult to injury because even though Man City won 6-3, they still managed to concede 3 goals, and obviously with conceding more than 2, now the point was taken off of Cancelo, and he got 1 point at the end of that game, surprisingly, but I'll tell you that.
I'm surprised he didn't get an assist or anything, actually, Cancelo.
Yeah.
6 goals, no assists.
It's like Salah against Bournemouth. Almost.
Yeah.
Finally, we got Perisic, who got the 1 point. It wasn't a surprise that obviously Spurs conceded against Arsenal, but I was hoping that Perisic did get an attacking return in that game, but fortunately not. But I did have to play him anyway because I didn't really have any options that I felt were better than Perisic from the bench. So yeah, it was all right though. 1 point from Perisic, not the greatest result, but I'll take it. And we'll move on to the midfield. So Zaha got 2 points. He didn't get anything from that Chelsea game. It was not a surprise. It was a tough fixture for Crystal Palace, but yeah, they did lose 2-1 in the end in that game. Martinelli, he had a bit more success. He got a assist in the game against Spurs, but he also picked up a yellow card as well. So he would have had 5 points, but because of that yellow card, the -1 point was taken off of him, and he ended up with 4 points, which is still something. We'll take anything at this point in this game week, the way it's gone.
Yeah.
Obviously, Maddison plays tomorrow against Nottingham Forest at home. They might bring some more fortune in the midfield. And obviously, the captaincy pick did not work this week, as Liverpool again have not been as we expected them to be, even after the whole 2 weeks rest period that Liverpool have pretty much had. Salah only got away with 1 assist in that game against Brighton.
Didn't
And
look
they
like
ended up,
scoring as well.
yeah, and they ended up drawing that game as well, 3-3. So yeah, there is not much to say in terms of Liverpool. It's still need improvement. I don't know what the problem is with Liverpool at the moment, but yeah, Salah came away with 10 points. He had 5, but I did captain him, so he could end up with 10 points total. Not the greatest captaincy pick this week, obviously. We'll move on to the front three. I'm sorry for everyone again, because I transferred in Mitrovic. He seems to have been cursed now with a foot injury. So in that game, he got 0 points, and he is now injured. So after
Great, innit?
having a very successful game week up until obviously now, it seems like I am the GOAT of curses at the moment in terms of players. I wonder who I'm going to pick next. Obviously, Tony got 1 point in that Brentford game. I think he did get a yellow card and nothing else apart from that. He did have 1 shot, I think, and that was it in that game. And yeah, that was pretty much it for the Bournemouth and the Brentford game. There's not much to say about that. And probably the man of the game week is Haaland with 23 points, 46 if you did captain him, a staggering point margin of 3 goals and 2 assists from that Man United derby. It was utterly unbelievable. I'm still in shock. I don't think I'm actually contemplating that we've lost 6-3 and that Haaland has got 3 goals and 2 assists. It hasn't sunk in that at all. But yeah, he comes away with 23 points, Haaland, and is probably the most successful result in this entire game week. I think even if Haaland didn't score or get anything, this game week would have been utterly a mess. It's like
I mean, I wish
no
Haaland
return.
blanked, because if he blanked, I'll probably get a green arrow somehow. That's how the captain pick has such a. If you get the captain pick wrong, like where Salah gets 10 and then Haaland's got 40 odd points, it's just such a massive swing if you get the captain pick wrong, and it can actually make or break kind of your week, really.
Pretty much. Okay, can we just say how many touches Haaland has had in the span of how many goals he has scored? It is ridiculous.
It can't be. Yeah, he just gets the ball, and then in the box he's just clinical, and he's going to be a difficult one to stop this season, definitely going forward.
Yeah,
and,
yeah, he's absolute goal machine. I think he's got 15 goals this season so far.
I don't actually know. He's probably going to break that record Salah has. So Salah had 34 goals in a Premier League season. I believe that's the record.
He's almost broken halfway at that point.
Haaland's on 14 goals.
Oh, 14. So
yeah, 14 goals in 8 games. So the way he's going, he definitely can break that record. I can see that happening, especially if he stays fit.
Yeah, Haaland breaking records for pretty much every game week. He's breaking something. But yeah, apart from that, that is how my starting 11 has gone. Obviously, on my bench, Ward has got Nottingham Forest at home. Nico Williams has Leicester away. Fofana did start, which was a good sign. He did get 2 points though, because Chelsea did concede. Andreas got 2 points, obviously against Newcastle. He didn't get anything else from that game. and my overall rank at the moment is roughly 1.8 million. And my total points this week are 55, but with a -4 that I took, that is 51 points.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's how my game week 9 has gone.
So basically, 2 big red arrows for both of us. What was your rank before this week?
It was 700k.
Ooh. Okay, so yes, pretty much more than doubled your rank. Okay. Let's read out some comments. Anyway, if anyone's got any comments, do drop them in below. Chief says 50 points so far, not great. Dominic George says crap game week for me. Apart from Haaland captained. 76 points, but a red arrow. Ouch. 76 points and a red arrow.
The safety score is really high this week.
Yeah, I hope Maddison bangs for me tomorrow. Yeah, I hope Maddison and Barnes can get a hat trick each or something like that. I mean, that's what's going to take to save us probably. Fatality says unlucky. Went Salah captaincy pick didn't work. Do I wildcard game week 10 now or still wait for game week 13? I think I'm going to wildcard now to recover Salah captaincy mistake. I mean, it depends on your team. If you think you need it, then go for it. If you think you can wait, then wait. I don't know if your plans have changed much. I think it will depend on how your team looks. Obviously, it's hard to say without knowing how your team looks like. But yeah, guys, that is the team. What a strange game week. Congrats to everyone that did Captain Haaland. And yeah, I don't really know where to begin with this or bring my team back up. And yeah, I mean, Barnes and Maddison play tomorrow. Maybe they can get me something to sort of salvage it a bit. But I don't know. I'm not confident, if I'm honest, on that. I think that Haaland, the Haaland captain, has definitely dampened the team. Fatality. The same thing happened last season to game week 9. I went Havertz for Norwich and Salah scored a hat trick for United. Think I didn't learn my lesson last season. Yeah, I mean, I actually captained Salah that day. Game week 8 last season. I went Salah against Man United. So, but to this season, obviously, I'm at the wrong end of the stick. I went Salah, and I should have went Haaland. Brian, hi lads. I don't think I'm a genius saying this, but Haaland is very good at scoring goals. Yep, definitely. Barnsley, evening chaps. Evening to you, Barnsley. Nice to see you again. Elliot says had sports games at work today. Forgot to change my captaincy from Kane to Haaland on a wild card. That would be annoying.
I mean, you're better off captaining Kane than Salah in that respect because at least Kane scored a goal.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I mean, let us know if you did get a green arrow as well, guys, because I feel like a lot of people in the chat as well. With red arrows. And
I'm a bit surprised at that because over half the players that play fantasy football in total captained Haaland. So I'm surprised there aren't many people that are got green arrows or very happy with their score.
We've got Christian says I have Maddison as captain. Obviously Maddison plays tomorrow, so good luck with that. I'm hoping for Maddison. I need a Maddison haul now, because otherwise, as you see, my rank's at 2.4 million. This must be the worst start to an FPL season for me that I can think of. Since playing, like I've not been a rank drop like that. Probably the worst week I've had. Such a big drop in rank.
I think the way the season has gone so far has been really strange and not the way it should be going, because we're seeing these players like Trent, Reece James, and Salah not doing really much anything for fantasy wise, like returns. We've only really seen returns mainly from Man City in terms of Haaland, but no one else has been really significant in that respect, apart from maybe Mitrovic, you might say.
Let's discuss Liverpool, because we've not really spoke about Liverpool. I mean, we spent 20 minutes chatting about Haaland pretty much. So let's talk about Liverpool and where are Liverpool at, because at the start of the game week, I was on a wild card and I thought I'm bringing in Trent, I'm bringing in Salah, and that gave me a bit of confidence, thinking, you know what, no one really has Trent, no one really has Salah. They're a bit of a differential. I'm going to captain Salah. and I know what the potential is. But is it safe to say Liverpool? What do we expect from Liverpool this season? Because they don't look like their self. They look like a shadow of the team of last season or even the last few years. I don't know what, as a Liverpool fan myself, I can't explain. I don't think this is easily fixable. I think Liverpool are actually in big trouble, and I think you can get away now with potentially no Liverpool players, and I don't think that would be me overreacting. As a Liverpool fan myself, obviously, I watch the games, and I can't put a finger on what's wrong with Liverpool at the moment, and I think you can probably go without Trent, even Salah. I don't think you need any of them at this moment in time. What's your thoughts on Liverpool? Do you see Liverpool turning it around? I'm going to bring Liverpool's fixtures up actually.
Uh,
What's your take on it? Because it's 8 games in now, and Liverpool still struggling, even with the team pretty much back in all our players back.
Yeah, there wasn't really no excuse for Liverpool to play badly against Brighton yesterday because, as you said, all the people that were off injured beforehand are now back, and they've had lots of rest, and they've had a lot of training as well to recover back from where they were injured. So there is no real excuse you can give Liverpool for not playing the way they have been playing last season, for example. But with their coming fixtures up, I am pretty scared of what was going to happen with Liverpool when they got Arsenal next and then Man City. I'm not sure what that's going to be like for them.
So as you can see, sorry for that noise, by the way, my mic just fell over. Basically, where we're at right now, I've got the fixtures on the screen. So in game week 10, Liverpool have Arsenal, and the way Liverpool are playing and the way Arsenal are going, I can't see Liverpool winning that game, or definitely not keeping a clean sheet. Then they've got Man City in game week 11. I don't see them keeping a clean sheet in that game. So for the next 2 games, is there any point keeping a Trent if you've got Trent like me? I don't see the point. And even West Ham in game week 12, I know West Ham have been bad, but I would not trust Liverpool against West Ham to keep a clean sheet. So I'm actually now thinking of getting rid of Trent at this point because I just don't see Liverpool keeping clean sheets. The defense has been diabolical this season. So, okay, Jordan, I'll test you. What do you think? Do you think Liverpool keep a clean sheet against Arsenal if you're
No.
Man City?
No.
West Ham?
No.
Nottingham Forest?
No.
Leeds?
Yeah.
Tottenham?
No.
Southampton?
Yeah.
So in the next 6 games, right? No, 7 games, you've predicted 2 clean sheets maybe for Liverpool.
Yeah, that is correct. I only see 2 clean sheets.
I don't think Liverpool keep a clean sheet against Arsenal City. I think West Ham will score. I think they'll keep a clean sheet potentially against Nottingham. Leeds will score. Tottenham will score. Southampton will probably score. I see maybe 1 or 2 clean sheets. Yeah. It's scary.
It is.
Let us know what you guys think as well in the chat, actually, about Liverpool in terms of clean sheets. Because I don't see many clean sheets for Liverpool the way they're playing.
And Trent's ownership is going to drop a lot. Like, it's at 33% now. It's going to probably drop by 20 by game week 10 and potentially drop further than 20. It could possibly drop below 10 by the time Man City fixture comes along in game week 11. So Trent may become a differential like entirely after Man City, especially if they're not playing well.
Obviously, Trent, we come to expect a lot of assists from him, but that hasn't happened this season because if Trent's not getting assists, then obviously the clean sheets aren't looking like they're going to happen. So I think if you do have Trent like me, you're probably hoping that he does somehow get an assist in these games because where Liverpool keep a clean sheet, I don't see it personally. So yeah, got some comments here. Barnesy, I want to add Brighton played really well. I think under Zerbi, our attack will reach a new level post XG Merchant Potter era. Yeah, Brighton looked brilliant. I know Liverpool, all the spotlight is on Liverpool for performing really badly, but got to give credit to Brighton. I thought they were excellent and played Liverpool off the park for majority of that game. So yeah, Brighton were brilliant and fully deserved to win. I think Liverpool are lucky to get even a draw. I think Liverpool should have lost that game. It could have been 5-3, to Brighton, and Liverpool can't have complained in that match, I think. So, yeah, fair play. Salah has good figures, but not good enough compared to other premiums like Haaland, KDB, or Kane. Yeah, I think that's fair to say. At the moment, Salah hasn't performed to his level that we expect. Hey guys, hope you both captain Haaland. I told you, bros, that guys like Frankenstein, Jaws of freak of nature. Yeah, Adam. As you know, unfortunately, we did both go Salah on the deadline. I actually had it on Haaland. I went Salah last minute. I think with 10 minutes to go, I switched to Salah, and I feel terrible, basically. Trent is better than Cancelo. My wildcard was a disaster. Simicast, Trent, even Augustinson done his hamstring first half.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That was very unlucky.
Yep. I mean, seems like a few people in the chat as well. Not great game weeks, not great scores.
Did no one have a good game week?
I mean, from the chat, everyone seems like got a red arrow. If anyone got a green arrow, do let us know, guys. Somebody.
Yeah,
also, if you also just joined the stream now, guys, please do drop a like on the video and also subscribe to our channel if you are new around here. Really appreciate your support as always. And if you do enjoy, please drop a like for us if you can. 3 clean sheets max in those fixtures, says Brian. There you go, Reticent Gaming. Shout out to him. First one in the chat. I got a green arrow. So well done to him.
Yes, you are the lucky few that have a green arrow, it seems.
Yep, well done. Dominic George, should I downgrade KDB for Foden? Not for points, but for budget. I mean, the way KDB's playing, I wouldn't be taking him out, really. I mean, 8 assists now for KDB this season. 8 assists in 8 games. It's crazy. All right, let's check Haaland's fixtures for KDB. So, Haaland has Southampton next, and I'm pretty certain every single person is going to captain Haaland against Southampton. You know what? I'm captaining Haaland against Liverpool. And I actually would go. I think I'd do that. And then game week 12, Haaland doesn't play a game, but I'm captaining him in that game as well, in game week 12. So, yeah, Haaland is my captain for the next, at least, since till the World Cup, I think I might go Haaland, even in game week 12. So, that's where I'm at with that. Barnsley, I got a green arrow, but team did pretty badly apart from Haaland captain. I'm on 84 points, green arrow. Well done. Quite a big score there. I got 3 points on Saturday from 6 players. Ooh, that is tough. Lucky I had Haaland captain and KDB just to keep a bit respectable. Yeah, KDB, Haaland probably did save you a bit as well. But, unfortunately for us, Salah captainers, probably a lot worse. But yeah, I mean, can you... Looking at the fixtures on the screen, Jordan, for Haaland or City, can you captain Haaland? I know I was joking a bit, game week 12 captain for Haaland when he doesn't have a fixture. Are you captaining Haaland against Liverpool?
I mean, I'm going to probably captain Haaland through all the fixtures on the screen.
You're not going to consider for example, in game week 11, who do Spurs have in game week 11? I'm just going to quickly check.
I mean, I'll be too afraid now to go against Haaland as a captain now. It's just too damaging.
Game week 11, Spurs have Everton at home.
I will still captain Haaland even though Spurs have Everton at home.
Fair enough. I wouldn't disagree with you. I think I'm going to captain Haaland against Liverpool as well because I just think he can do it against anyone, Yeah, and Liverpool have not shown anything defensively this season. So why? I know it's at Anfield and it's a big game, but this isn't Liverpool of last season. So I wouldn't be scared to go Haaland Liverpool. I think I've made my mind up already. I think I'm gonna Haaland for me, definitely the next 2. He's my captain, and I don't think I'm gonna go against that.
Because look at his ownership, 81.8%, and we're gonna assume everyone's gonna captain Haaland from now on. Like no one's gonna really choose another player. Especially us that have not chosen Haaland for this week. It's just going to be him.
Yeah. Adam also in the chat says he's captaining Haaland. Shout out to him. He could get 2. So yeah, he could get 3 the way he's playing. We've got Daily Ratflow in the chat. We've got Hussein in the chat. Shout out to both of them as well. Thank you guys for joining. I'm going to make a prediction. Haaland will score at least 57 goals in the Premier League if he plays all 38 games. Wow. That would be mad. I mean, Haaland is just don't know what to say about him at the moment. But yeah, in regards to captaincy, I think the next couple of weeks will be interesting to see if anyone does go back. Do you back against Haaland in these weeks, because it is scary at this moment in time. I'm looking forward to that Liverpool game just because I feel like a lot of people will go for a Spurs player. I think a lot of people will go for a Spurs player in that week if they have him, but I'm not going to take that. I'm going Haaland, if I'm honest.
Yeah. We'll probably be all honest. Like, we're all gonna captain Haaland till something happens, which means we don't have to captain him. But
The only worry could be because of there's a lot of games in October. Haaland will probably get benched in one of those games, but he'll probably come off the bench and get a goal anyway. If he plays half an hour, there's no way he can't come on and just get a goal either. So even if he doesn't start, I think it would be a worry backing against him. So I don't want to, perma captain. I know it makes the game a bit boring, and but when you've got someone scoring at the rate Haaland is scoring, it makes it a bit tough to go against him. Because Spurs don't look great. They did struggle against Arsenal. Do you really want to captain them against Everton? Maybe you do, because obviously Haaland isn't. I mean, I say this now, but they've probably come back to haunt me. But Haaland going to score every single game week? He might do, but whether you want to go against that is another question. But yeah. Daily rat flow. Salah looks like he's dancing on the pitch. Do you think I should take him out of my team? Jordan, I think this one's for you. Would you be taking Salah out if you had him? I mean, you do have him.
No, I mean, if you have him now, I think you just keep him in your team. I know Liverpool have been playing badly, but I think it'll be a waste of a transfer if you just got him in now. Salah, you might as well hold him and just get him through Arsenal and Man City games, and then afterwards Liverpool's fixtures become easy again.
Honestly, I might do Salah to KDB or even Son. I know I just got Salah in on my wild card, but I personally would get rid of him. And I have him. I've bought him in, and I'll probably get rid of him.
I feel like if I got rid of Salah now and he somehow, I don't know, bags a hat trick against.
Ooh, I don't know about that one.
Let's just say, because I didn't expect Haaland to score a hat trick against Man United, but let's just say Salah scores a hat trick against, I don't know, Arsenal, for example. I will feel the greatest regret all over again for taking out Salah out of my team.
But yeah, for me, daily rat flow, I think I'd probably be taking Salah out personally. I'd rather get KDB. I'd rather get Son, Kane, Haaland. If you don't have Haaland, I'm pretty sure you do. But yeah, what to do with Mitrovic? I think you got to wait on Mitrovic. I think give it a week. Let's hear the press conference. Let's see what the news is. Is he a long-term injury? Because if he is, then you could potentially take him out to Tony, or Solanke, or even a Callum Wilson. I think Callum Wilson is a very good option if he can stay fit, obviously, because I do like him a lot.
Yeah, I think he does have a foot injury, Mitrovic.
Yeah, so I think this week we should hear for some more news on him. Krosberg, not many teams are keeping clean sheets. To find good clean sheet teams are difficult this season. Yeah, it does seem that way. I think going big at the back, maybe we can get away with just playing the three defenders, because there's not many teams keeping clean sheets. It's a lot of goals flying around. Even Man City, how good they were today, they still managed to somehow concede 3 goals, which is a bit interesting, because it didn't look like Man United would even get into their box, but they got 3 goals.
Yeah, that's the mad thing.
Adam says, do you guys regret having Salah on the wild card? I mean, I wild carded. I know Jordan brought him in, but at the moment in time, it's hard to say. I mean, I don't think I would regret having him in, but maybe regret captaining him. Definitely. I think captaining, obviously, maybe it is hindsight. I don't know, because Salah against Brighton, it's one of those games where you expect Liverpool to, come back and improve. But I think Liverpool, they're not that same team as they were last season. And as a fan who's been watching, I've watched every single Liverpool game this season. They just don't look right. And I don't know what I can't point the finger at one player or one thing. It's a combination of factors wrong with Liverpool right now, and I don't think this is a quick fix. So that it does worry me as a fan of Liverpool. But in FPL wise, yeah, I wouldn't be too bullish on Liverpool.
Yeah, I didn't bring him in on the wild card, but I did transfer him in the -4 for this game week, and I don't regret bringing Salah in on the wild card, despite how it's all unfolded for him. I still think at some point Salah will somehow come back from this hole that Liverpool are in, and himself, and will obviously recover from where they are at the moment. It's just going to take time to just get back to where they are. I don't know what the problem is with Liverpool, but I'm pretty sure they'll get back to where they are. It just depends when that is.
Yeah, we hope so anyway. We got Adam says, not sure Tony was worth having in a wild card because downgrading Trippier and Martinelli backfired for it. And Daily Ratflow says, thank you for the advice. Good stream. Keep it up. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate your support.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for everyone that has joined today's stream. If you have, please do drop a like if you haven't already. And also, as always, do subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the content. And yeah, Adam says he wishes he saved his wild card. I mean, if you needed your wild card, I don't think it's that bad. Because one thing, guys, we've got to take into account, there are more game weeks. I know we wild carded this week, but I did set my team up. For example, if I show you, I did actually set my team up for the next few weeks. So if I go on my team, actually, we haven't even spoke about game week 10. Let me show you my team for game week 10.
It's going to take a while to go over game week 9, I think.
Yeah. So this is what I'm looking like for game week 10 at the moment. I've got Ward in goal, who has Bournemouth, and I've got Guaita on the bench, who has Leeds. I might play. Let's see how Ward does. If Leicester keep a clean sheet tomorrow, maybe I decide to play Ward against Bournemouth because that does look like a decent fixture potentially. I got the back four of James against Wolves, Trent against Arsenal, which I'm not confident about at all. Brentford for Shah, so I've got Shah against Brentford, which I think is decent. Cancelo has Bournemouth at home. Sorry, not Bournemouth. Southampton at home, which looks like a very good fixture for Man City and Cancelo. Then I've also got Maddison and Barnes in midfield, who have Bournemouth away, which again looks like a good fixture potentially on paper. Zaha has Leeds at home, which I like that as well. Salah has Arsenal away, and we'll talk about Salah and my transfer plans, but he could be on the shopping block to go from my team. And then up front, I've got Mitrovic and Haaland as my captain. And yeah, I think the team looks pretty fine. My main worries are Liverpool against Arsenal. I'm not confident. And Mitrovic obviously is flagged. And but I could roll. I could play Gurhi and play 5 at the back. And hopefully Gurhi against Palace can do the job. But I can also play Andreas against West Ham. But maybe I decide to take Salah out for Son, for example, who's got a decent fixture, I think, against Everton. So Son plays Everton. I could do Salah to Son, or I could even do Salah to KDB, and that will give me KDB and Haaland against Southampton at home. But then that will be an issue later down the line when I've got to bench KDB in game week 12, because obviously KDB doesn't have a game. So a lot to just think about. But my early thoughts are to sort out Mitrovic, because if Mitrovic is actually injured, I might have to move and then take him out. But yeah, that is my team, Jordan, for game week 10.
Yep.
Haaland, definitely my captain. I'm not going anywhere else. I think that's obvious. He's got Southampton at home. I can't back against anyone else. Let's see your team, Jordan, for game week 10.
Okay, I'll just get my team up and bear with me 1 second.
Yeah, sure. And yeah, guys, please do drop a like on the stream. There is a few of you in here. If you can all drop a like, if you haven't, that would be very, very appreciated. And also, if you can, we've just hit past 500 subscribers. The next target is 600 subscribers. So if you can also share this video on your social media, guys, Twitter, Instagram, whatever you use. If you can share it, that would be very, very helpful.
Okay, so
all right,
this is my team. Yeah, this is my team on the screen. I did tinker with it the other day because while I was just watching the football, I thought, let me just check game week 10 how it looks like. And this is an interesting formation because I'm playing 3-5-2 at the moment. So we've got Raya in goal. He's got Newcastle away. We've got the back three again of Cancelo, Perisic, and Trippier, which they all have pretty alright fixtures. Southampton for Man City should be a good one. Perisic has Brighton, should be a nice one, and Trippier has Brentford at home. And here we got a very congested midfield. So we've got Maddison, who's got Bournemouth away, which I really like that fixture that he's got. We've got Zaha, who's got a nice fixture, who's got Leeds home. Martinelli has a difficult one, you would say, still, even though Liverpool are not to the best.
I think that's a great game for Martinelli, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I'm quite chuffed to keep him in. I'm probably going to hold Martinelli now. I'm probably not going to sell him. Obviously, Salah's got Arsenal away. Challenging fixture for him, obviously, but we'll see how that goes. Andreas, I've got on the pitch because Mitrovic is injured. I originally had Andreas on the bench, but because Mitrovic is injured, I've got him on the pitch for now.
Also, Jordan, have you considered playing Fofana against Wolves? Because Wolves don't score many goals. Also, I don't know if you guys saw the news. Literally straight after the Man City game ended, Bruno Lage has been sacked, I think. So Wolves have just sacked their manager. So if someone can confirm with me in the chat. So they're going to be without a manager potentially. Maybe Fofana can get a clean sheet against Wolves. Just a thought ahead of Andreas.
Yeah, that is very true. And you are right here. He is sacked. I did see that earlier on. Obviously during the match that it was confirmed that the Wolves manager was sacked. So yeah, that could bear great fruit for Chelsea. That is hope to keep clean sheets. But yeah, the front two, we got Tony, who's got Newcastle away, and Haaland, who's got Southampton at home. The captaincy is already done. We don't have to discuss the captaincy.
Yeah,
it's sticking there. It's not changing for anything. And obviously on the bench, my options are Ward, Fofana, Nico Williams, and Mitrovic is a wait and see to see how bad his foot injury is and whether he needs to go or not.
Yeah, I think your team looks pretty fine. I mean, Salah is the one where I know you just brought him in, so I don't know, you've got a decision to make there. For the next two games for him don't look great, especially because of if he was on form, then maybe he can still get a goal in those two games. But I'm definitely not going to look to captain Salah in the foreseeable. But the rest of your team looks pretty fine. You know, Andreas maybe can get something in West Ham, but Mitrovic is injured now. If Mitrovic misses that game, I wouldn't be too confident on Fulham, if I'm honest, because without Mitrovic, they just don't have the goals in them, in my opinion. So I think a lot will depend on whether Mitrovic starts or not. If he doesn't start, I'd be tempted to actually take Mitrovic out and bring someone else in, potentially Tony if you don't have him, Callum Wilson if you don't have him, dare I say it, Solanke. I know he didn't work out, but if you need a cheap striker, but there's not. I mean, there's not much more. Isak's still injured, isn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, all in all. Sorry, what were you going to say?
You know what the crazy thing is? In that Bournemouth fixture, Solanke could have potentially had 2 penalties, but were both ruled out because one was after the whistle was called off at 90 minutes, and the other one was because VAR overruled the decision from the referee. So Solanke potentially could have had 2 goals.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Maybe on another day. But yeah, I think Solanke isn't a bad pick. I know there was a lot of chat about him and being a troll, etc. But I think I still believe if you need money, he could be a decent pick. But yeah, so that's both our Game Week 10 teams, bus teams. We are going to discuss Game Week 10 in more in-depth analysis. Do join us on Tuesday. Obviously, we have a stream on Tuesday for transfer tips as always, so that should be a good one. Adam says Fofana 6 points because he's going to get a clean sheet. I also think I'd play Fofana. I think I could see a clean sheet. Wolves struggle to get goals. Yo Beast, Trent, what do we do? What would you do with Trent, Jordan? You don't have Trent. I have Trent. Advice would be Liverpool don't look great. He doesn't look great at the moment.
No, I did make I did say before the deadline stream, I want to see who does better, Reece James or Trent, because if one of them or one or the other does better than the other, it might decide whether I want to bring that player in.
Both.
Ultimately, Reece James was the more favourable pick out of the two, so I don't want Trent in my team, if I'm honest.
That's fair enough.
Just from the way Liverpool are playing, it's not ready for Trent yet until
Fair
we see
enough.
improvement.
Yeah, that's fair. I definitely think if I had to pick now, I probably wouldn't get Trent in, and I just wildcarded him in. So I've got to see what I do with Trent because I don't see any clean sheets in the next 2 games for him. And if he can get an attacking return is another question.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely not. It's not worth the price either. It's 7.4 million.
Yeah, we've got a lot of comments coming in about Trent really, and also Reece James, and even who would you go for right now? Well, the Chelsea do have good fixtures as well. Chelsea definitely have better fixtures, you'll say, because if you look at Chelsea's fixtures, let me just share with you my screen. Chelsea have Wolves next and Aston Villa. So definitely for the next 2 fixtures, I can see 2 clean sheets there. Wolves and Villa don't score many goals. They've struggled as well, both teams this season. I know Chelsea haven't been great either, but you can see 2 clean sheets there for Chelsea and Reece James, where Trent has to play Arsenal and Man City. So definitely Reece James over Trent for the next 2 games at least. And whether long term you want to keep Trent or I don't know, it's your call, guys. But we will discuss more of that on the transfer tips video. So do check us out on Tuesday. We'll have a video for you at 7 p.m. as well on the stream. So do join if you can.
Yeah, I kind of think we can hold out on Trent even up to the World Cup. I think it seems like because the World Cup is in game week after game week 16, so we're going into game week 10. That's pretty much 6 weeks where we see if Liverpool can improve. But if not, then in those 6 weeks, then it probably was beneficial to go with someone else other than Trent, who is much cheaper and have obviously got more clean sheets than Liverpool have in that span of time.
Yeah, I mean, for the next 2, I definitely don't think you need Liverpool, personally. I can't see many clean sheets, if any, at all. I don't see how they lock Arsenal and Man City. The way they're playing, I'd be more tempted to double up on Arsenal and Martinelli. I am worried as a non-Martinelli owner against Liverpool. I still believe he can get something in that fixture now. So maybe more pain to come, but we'll see. And yeah, let us know, guys. Also, your any early transfer plans, if you do have any, in the comments below. And yeah, we are going to discuss more. But yeah, what a strange game week,
It almost feels not real. Like we're going to wake up any minute now. It's all going to be a dream.
Yeah, we've got Daily Rat Flow. It says, Jordan, what mic do you use? Sounds really nice. Well, you use the blue Yeti mic, don't you? Because obviously,
yeah,
we got that together. But yeah, the blue Yeti mic is a really good mic. But if anyone wants to, I don't know, wants to know about the microphones.
Thank you, Daily Rat Flow.
And yeah, we are probably going to wrap the stream up. It's been nearly an hour. Unless you want to add anything else, Jordan.
I will add something else. I will. Let me just think what that is, because there is something on my mind that I haven't mentioned, and that's probably
obviously early transfer plans. Obviously, I mean, let's bring your team back in.
Oh yeah,
you've got one free transfer.
Yes.
Are you planning on rolling or?
Well, this is the thing. I mean, I could, because my plan for this week was to take out Perisic and bring back Reece James, but I'm contemplating whether I want to do that or get rid of Mitrovic, depending on how bad his injury is. But I do think I do want Reece James back in my team, as crazy as that sounds, because I've not been a massive fan of Chelsea. But with the Wolves at home fixture next, I could do double Chelsea defence, which may sound bizarre, but it could work out.
Yeah, I mean, you could. I mean, looking at your team, I think you could potentially roll. You could just save a transfer. I think your team looks fine as it is, in my opinion. I wouldn't be scared to go with that team. I don't see too many things wrong with your team. So I do think you can get away rolling. I mean, Salah is the one. You could swap him to Son potentially and gives you a good game for Son against Everton at home. Definitely. But other than that, you could just even roll and just pray Salah gets something in that game, which might not be popular.
I think that's probably what I might do. I might actually roll. There is that second idea of rolling because even though Perisic was a plan to be removed, he does have a nice fixture with Brighton. But it's scary that Brighton scored 3 against Liverpool, so I don't know what they'll do against Spurs because they do have a leaky defence.
I mean,
plus Emerson Royale's got suspension.
Yep, which means is it Matt Doherty might play? Could be a good punt for a week, but then they got Brighton away. So the way Brighton are playing right now, it looks like they don't need Potter. So
yeah,
they might get something in that game against Spurs, at least a goal.
But, yeah, that's the only thing. I don't know about Perisic. That'll be my only concern for the team. The rest of it is fine, I'd say.
Yeah, all sports fan Adam, take care, guys. Another rough game week, but we keep trying. Look forward to identifying some differentials and getting a green again. Yep, as always. Rough. It's a rough week, but the game week doesn't end. The game doesn't end after game week 12. Sorry, game week 12. Game week 9. There is still another, 30 game weeks, 31 game weeks left. So
yeah, plus the postponement games that we had missed in game week 6, I think.
Yep, definitely. So we could hopefully we do recover from this, and non-captainers of Haaland especially. Face Scatter said, who should I get in for Trent? Jordan, do you have any thoughts for him?
Well, there's fortunately a good variety of choices. Like you could go cheap, for example, you could go for Fana at 4.4 mil, a cheap Chelsea defender who has nice fixtures in the next 5 coming up. He has Wolves at home next, where obviously the Wolves manager has been sacked, so might be a bit of some what's the word? Misdirection for Wolves without a manager now, and obviously Wolves don't really score, as we've mentioned before as well. So there is the cheaper defense option if you want to go there. There's also Trippier. If you haven't got Trippier, Newcastle again have decent fixtures, and Trippier just comes off of a 7-pointer against.
Trippier's been great if you bought him in from game week 1.
Yeah, it's been amazing. Trippier has been surprising. He does pick up a few bonus points here and there as well. He picked up a bonus 1 this week, which was a very good result, even though he got subbed off, but it was fortunate he did because Newcastle did concede afterwards. So you could go Trippier. He is highly owned, so there is a bit of a high ownership risk if you do go out him. And who else has nice fixtures?
I'd get James in for that similar price. I'm assuming obviously Fofana's a lot cheaper, but for the same price, I'd probably just get James. Even someone like a Cancelo, if you don't have him, assuming you could double up on City defense, but I know City do blank, so I probably wouldn't go there now. But definitely after game week 13, I'd look to potentially double up on a City, triple up definitely as well. But obviously you've got to bear in mind City do have a blank game week in 12. But yeah, I think James is where I'd be going if you don't have him. James, Cancelo, Trippier looks like the way. Probably play a back 3 of them.
I think Fade says he has Trippier, James, and Cancelo. So
maybe you just downgrade Trent to a cheap 4 million, 4.4 million for Fana, for example, or even a Mark Gurhey at Crystal Palace, because Crystal Palace play in game week 12. They have a decent fixture in game week 12 when Man City don't have a game. So you're going to need to bench Cancelo in game week 12. So in that week, you play game week 12 Wolves at home. So you bring in Gurhey or someone like that has a good fixture in game week 12, cheap defender, and you can bench Cancelo that week. So that's just some thoughts, but yeah, not many fans of Trent, should we say, in the chat below.
Yeah, his ownership's going to drop very, very down.
Yeah. But yeah, we are gonna wrap the stream up here, guys. Been an hour. We're gonna quickly take the banners off and the teams off. Yeah, what a mad game week. What a strange game week. Hopefully a lot better to come. Not a good game week for both of us. I know I've still got 3 players playing tomorrow. Leicester hopefully can get me out the mud, and we'll see what happens. But for now, guys, I want to say a big thank you to everyone that did join the stream. Thank you to everyone that did watch. Thank you to all your comments. And yeah, big thank you. If you haven't already, as always, do drop a like. Also, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Thank you as always. Anything else you'd like to add, Jordan, before we do wrap it up?
I just hope everyone has a nice week, and obviously we will see you very soon again for another video. And this is probably time for everyone just to take a step back from this game week, how it's gone. Just do something else and take your mind off of fantasy for today. We've had a rough weekend. Let's just say we have to take our minds off and just chill out. Let's forget what's happened, and we move on to obviously game week 10, where we'll have more success. So take care, everyone.
Yeah, thank you everyone for watching, and as always, have a good weekend, and we'll see you Tuesday 7 p.m. UK time. Thank you, and yeah, take care.
Take care, guys.